I'm going to give you 5 what I believe affordable and viable options for you. So let's look at number 1. Option number 1 is COBRA. However, I do need to make you aware that your current place of employment must have more than 20 employees for that to be offered to you. You can usually stay on COBRA for 18 months, but in some special circumstances, they can extend it up to 36 months. The length of time is going to depend on the qualifying event that caused you to lose your employer-sponsored health plan. Also, you need to be made aware that this can be a very expensive solution because you will not receive same group rate that you were receiving while you were working. I would definitely get with my HR team or even back to that specific carrier to find out all the details and what's offered to you. Option number 2 is the Affordable Care Act, or the Marketplace, formerly known as Obamacare. This is my personal favorite because I deal with a lot of 60-something-year-olds that maybe the spouse is going on Medicare, but the other one isn't, and they are deeply concerned about what they're going to do with their spouse. And most 60-something-year-olds that we deal with here at Agape generally have some type of medical conditions or pre-existing conditions. And what I love about the Marketplace is they don't count any of your pre-existing conditions against you. Now, there are some things that we do need to be concerned about. Number 1 is because these are primarily HMO or EPO plans, which just means they can be very restrictive when it comes to the network, then we definitely need to make sure that we check all of your doctors and providers, as well as we need to plug in your medicines to make sure that specific carrier is going to work for you. Now, here at Agape, we use a platform where we put in your zip code and all of your information, and it tells us the best possible plans available in your local area. Then we plug in the doctors, and then we plug in the medicines to find out which one of those carriers is going to address your needs the most. Now, one other thing that I need to make you aware of is that you must have a qualifying, what's known as an SEP or special enrollment period in order to get on a Marketplace plan outside of the annual open enrollment, which generally every year runs from 11/1, November the 1st, until January the 15th of the following year. If you do not have someone to help you navigate that, we would be more than happy to do that for you. You can call the number on the screen. We'll also put our website there. And this is at no additional cost to you. Or if you are a do-it-yourself person, there will be a self-enrollment link where you can navigate this on your own down in the video description. Option number 3 is private health insurance plans. Now, there are several options across the country that you can choose from. Here at Agape, we like to work with the Blue Cross Blue Shield network out of Nebraska through a company called America's Choice. However, we must be concerned about underwriting. There is underwriting involved, which means your current health conditions could prevent you from getting qualified for one of these standalone plans. Once again, if you need help navigating this, we would be more than happy to do that. You can call the number on the screen. I've also put a self-enrollment link down in the video description where if you want to do this on your own, you're more than welcome to do that. However, let me remind you, it doesn't cost you anything extra to use a professional like us here at Agape. Now, before we dive into the last 2 options, I want you to take a moment to hit the like button down below and subscribe. This just helps us get this information out to more people like yourself. And then also comment if there's additional questions that you have that maybe I did not cover in this particular video. Comment down below and I promise you we'll answer those for you. Or if there's some other situations that you want to address that you just happen to think about during this video, comment below as well and we'll make sure to address those for you. Now, let's get back to the final 2 options. Option number 4 are what's known as health sharing plans. Many of you watching this may have heard of like these Christian sharing programs called MediShare. And we work with a specific company here, and most of these plans are faith-based, and they just simply bring a group of people together that help share the burden of each other's medical costs. So I need to remind you, this is not insurance, but these mainly are ministry-focused healthcare sharing ministry plans. So you definitely want to make sure that you understand the ins and outs of these particular plans. The fifth and final option are what's known as HSA insurance plans. And here's typically how they work. You get a really high deductible insurance plan, and then you set up an HSA account, which most local banks do that. And you can either do this with the marketplace. That was the second option I talked to you about. They have HSA plans as well, or you can do a standalone plan. And an HSA account is just simply a type of savings account that lets you set aside money on a pre-tax basis to pay for qualified medical expenses. You can use these untaxed dollars in an HSA to pay for deductibles and co-payments and co-insurance and other expenses as well. And some people like this option because they feel like it helps them reduce their overall healthcare costs. Bottom line is there are several affordable and viable options for you to consider that will help you address your and your family's healthcare needs. Now, real quickly, two other options that I did not mention in this particular video is number one, a short-term medical plan. So if there is a short transition time between the time you retire and the time you go on Medicare, this may be an option for you, but we do have to be concerned about underwriting. And then also there are plans out there that are what I would call healthcare discount plans. These are basically hospital indemnity plans or catastrophic plans on steroids. And some of the more comprehensive ones do include a drug benefit as well as doctor visits and other just little services that you may need to get done throughout the year. So this may be other options that you want to talk about or want to know more information about. And we would be more than happy to help you get this right the first time. So give us a call. We work in most states. The number's on the screen. The website is on the screen as well. And we would love to talk with you. By the way, if you are looking to go on Medicare within the next year, then go check out my brand new 2025 Medicare 101 series here.